Most group coaching programs fail. We researched, tested, and found out how to have group coaching programs not fail. Here's everything you need to know for your group coaching program to be successful. When you cross the $1 million mark as a coach, about 40% of your coaching income will come from group coaching programs. When you cross the $5 million mark, it'll be 80% of your income. This is why it's important to know how to craft and deliver group coaching programs. But not all group coaching programs are made equal. Most of them suck and never get a repeat client. We are best in class when it comes to training groups and communities to achieve any results. Programs we have built on an average have 80% completion rate and also boast of a net promoter score of 80 and over, which is phenomenal. So in this video, I'm going to break down everything you need to know to build and run a successful group coaching program, from keeping people engaged and navigating the common pitfalls to what to charge to creating an experience that drives real transformation. And by the end of this video, you'll have a solid game plan for running a group program that actually works and gets results. Let's get into it. So first of all, what exactly is a group coaching program? Think of it like this. Instead of working one-on-one with a client, you're guiding a group of people all at once. They're learning together, they're sharing their experiences, and they're supporting each other along the way. It's a space where everyone gets to grow, not just from your coaching, but also from the energy and insights from the group. Now, why do clients love group coaching programs? There are three big reasons. First, people like to be a part of a group. Most of us learn better when we are not alone. We feel motivated by others who are on the same journey. We see others making progress, and it pushes us to keep going too. There's a book written by Gretchen Rubin about the four tendencies. And one of the tendencies she talks about is called obligers. Obligers are a group of people that represent about 41% of the world population. And this particular group responds better to external expectations. Obligers thrive when they make commitment in groups. Obligers love group coaching. So 41% of the world likes to be in the group coaching container. Secondly, group coaching usually has a clear start and an end date. Clients know exactly how long they're committing to, whether it's a month, 3 months, or 6 months. That gives them a set timeline to work toward their goals, making the experience feel focused and achievable. And the third reason why clients like group coaching programs is often more affordable than one-on-one coaching. With group coaching, clients still get your guidance and support, but at a price that fits their budget. Plus, they get the bonus of learning from everyone else in the group. There are three reasons clients love group coaching. They get community, a set timeline, and they get a great value for their money. But here's the thing. Running a group isn't just about showing up and coaching. To really make it work, you need to set up the right structure. So, let's talk about the three key things you, as a coach, want to keep in mind to make it work smoothly for both you and your clients. First, you need to get clear on the outcome your clients want. People join group coaching because they have a goal, right? Something they want to achieve. So you have got to be really specific about what the outcome is. Are they here to build confidence, to work on their relationship, maybe create a solid business plan? The clearer you are on the results they'll get, the easier it'll be for them to stay motivated and actually stay on track too. You know too much, and the most likely mistake you will make is that you will try and solve all your clients' problems. Don't do that. You have a set path for this group, stick to it. Your inability to stick to a path will get them confused, distracted, and eventually resentful because they didn't get the result they signed up for. Don't let the people pleaser in you win over the brilliant coach in you. Secondly, you've got to know how much time you're committing. Group coaching is amazing, but it can also take a lot of energy. You're planning each session, guiding the group's progress, answering questions. So be clear with yourself and your clients about how much time you're putting into this. That way, you're not stretching yourself too thin. Knowing how much time you are going to commit also will inform what elements of group coaching you will choose to have and which elements you'll choose to not have. Will you have coaching support between coaching calls, for example? How about email support? Everything you add in your coaching program, it'll cost you time. Budget that time to be your best version when you're actually coaching. The third thing to consider is think about bringing in other coaches or specialists. Sometimes a co-coach or a guest expert can really add value. Plus, it means you're not doing everything yourself. Maybe someone else can answer specific questions or lead a session here and there, and that can take some pressure off of you. For example, I'm pretty good at speaking on stages, great ratings and standing ovations and all that fun stuff. But when I want to train my group on speaking, I try and engage the world's best, the ones who solely focus on training speakers. In my last program, that person was Lisa Nichols, who is a phenomenal trainer for speakers. Bringing on another expert actually uplifts your program. So, those are the big three. Get specific on the outcome, be clear on your time, and think about bringing in help. When you keep these things in mind, you're setting yourself up for a group coaching program that's powerful but also manageable. Now, let's dive into different models you can use to deliver your program. There is no one size fits all approach, and finding the right setup can make a huge difference for you and for your clients. So, let's look at the three different models that you can get into. The results based approach is the most common model, it's the easiest one to build. This model starts with a clear beginning, has a very specific end goal, and a really specific end time. You're guiding everyone from point A to point B. That's what's happening in this model, right? Over a set period of time. It's great for people who want a concrete outcome, like building a business plan or creating a new habit or losing weight in a particular time. With a results based program, everyone knows exactly what they're getting and they can see the steps they're taking to reach it. This is one of my favorite models because it can scale. Find a real problem, solve it for a few people, and develop a model. Once the model is ready, train other coaches in it. Now you can run as many groups with as big or smaller size because you have a team of people who are delivering this one model. So you want to see if this is a model you can build because it's repeatable, it's infinitely scalable. The second model is what is called the affinity based model. Here, people join because they want to work with you specifically. Maybe they like your style or your approach, and they don't mind if the goal isn't as clear. They are here because they trust, and whatever you're teaching will help them grow. It's less about specific result and more about experiences and connection. Many coaches run this model. They trade in personal time and closeness with their clients to create a higher tier program. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. But I want to share this with you that personally, I find this model really exhausting. It requires a lot of personal time from the coach, even if it's their coaching model that is the one that clients get success with. I personally like building long term, impact focused businesses that I can step out from to make them even better. You can't step out of a business when it's an affinity based model because you are the business. And then finally comes the third model, which is called the laser coaching model. The laser coaching approach is more about focused on short, intense coaching sessions. You might pick a few people to coach each week while the rest of the group listens and learns. This way, everyone gets a chance to see coaching in action and apply those lessons in their own life. It's powerful because people can learn from each other's challenges and insights. You can also see laser coaching as an integration of these two models of results based coaching and affinity based coaching. Your clients sign up for results and they would like to be coached by you or your team as they are being spotlighted to give examples to the rest of the group. Those are great ways to deliver a group coaching program, results based, affinity based, or laser coaching based. If you ask me, Ajit, if you were starting your first group coaching, which one would you use? I would say start with results based model. Then go to laser coaching model. And when you're all about, look at me, I'm awesome, you can choose the affinity based model. Now, let's get into how you can structure your group coaching program based on the enrollment timeline. This is about deciding when people can join your program and how that affects the experience. Let's break down the two models for structuring your group coaching program. The first model is the cohort based model. In a cohort based model, everyone starts and finishes together. There's a clear start date and there's a clear end date. And everyone goes through the journey at the same pace. This setup creates a strong sense of community because everyone's on the same path and connect over shared experiences, especially powerful if you're working towards a specific goal together, like mastering a skill or getting fit together or practicing self-love or something that can be timed together. The good and bad about this is the nature of having a start date. It creates pressure for you to enroll everyone you want before the program starts. If you don't like pressure, this is not good for you. If you are like me and you like a little good stress and good pressure, this is great for you. On the other hand, we have the evergreen model. With an evergreen model, people can join at any time. There is no fixed start or end date, which makes it a lot more flexible. This is great if you have a steady stream of people wanting to join, or if your program covers topics that don't need to be learned in any particular strict order. You can have this program run at all times. However, keep in mind that since everyone joins at different times, the community element kind of goes away. You don't have that tight knit community that you could have in a cohort based model. Community often increases retention and completion of group coaching programs. In evergreen programs, that does become a problem. Each model has its perks. With cohorts, you get that team spirit because everybody is in it together. With evergreen, you have the freedom of bringing people whenever they are ready. It's all about choosing the format that works best for your style and for the kind of clients you're serving. Now that we've explored these models, let's dive into an important topic: pricing your group coaching program. Everything you know about pricing is, let's be very honest, probably wrong. You don't need to research the market. You don't have to consider how much your competitor is charging. Different customers are excited to join different programs at different price points with different coaches. There is a customer at every price point. Don't think about the market. Just think about it. A luxury handbag goes from $1,000 to $30,000, maybe even more. There's completely different customer that's buying $1,000 bag and the $30,000 bag. You will find your customer at your price point. So, how does one price? Here's how you go about doing it. First, start by asking yourself, how much money would I like to make? How much money do I want to make from this program? Be clear about your financial goal. Next, think, how many people would you like in this program? How many people should be in this group for this group to have maximum impact for each person that is in the group? Maybe you want a smaller, intimate group where everyone gets a lot of attention, or maybe you're okay with a bigger group, which can bring in more income per session. Once you know that number, you can work backward to figure out what to charge each person. Now, what you will do is you'll do simple math. You will take your income goal and divide by the number of people you want in the group. Let's say you want to make $10,000 and you like 10 people to work with you. This means each person would pay you $1,000 to join the program. You can adjust the price up or down based on what feels fair and what feels more achievable to you. Right? So you'll get your price per person because you know your total amount, and you know how many people are going to be in there. So you will get the fee that you can charge for one person. Now, there is no one-size-fits-all price for a group coaching program. It all comes down to your goals, the value you're providing, and the experience you want to create for your clients. Set a price that feels right, and don't be afraid to stand by it. Your pricing, another way, can also be tied to your mission. We certify coaches. Our programs are often between $4,000 to $7,000. Our mission is to impact billions of lives, so we want to keep our programs affordable. We don't try to charge you the most money we can. We charge you based on what we feel is a fair price for the amount of training that we are offering. Now, similar to our training, you will find many other institutes that charge anywhere between $11,000 to $30,000. Their mission probably is not about reach. Neither of us are wrong in our pricing. We just have different missions. All right, now let's go over some little details that make a big difference when you're running a group coaching program. First, have a regular schedule. It's important to hold at least one call a week. Consistency keeps your clients engaged and helps them stay on track. Even if you're covering similar material each week, that regular check-in keeps your group focused and keeps them moving forward. If you don't meet at least once a week, you will see your clients disengage and drop off from the program. Secondly, use worksheets or simple exercises. Giving people something they can work on between calls helps them process what they're learning. But don't overdo it. Too many worksheets can feel overwhelming as well. Just give them enough to reinforce what you covered and keep them engaged. Then, you want to make sure you set up a way to follow up. People often lose motivation or get stuck between sessions. If you have a system for checking in, like a group chat or a buddy system, it can keep everyone moving. For smaller groups, you might even do one-on-one follow-ups. But with larger groups, a small chat group or accountability partner can make a big difference. I remember running this group called 20X with only 10 clients. The group chat was their favorite part. They connected between sessions, held each other accountable, and celebrated each other's successes. They still are in contact with each other, even much after the program is actually over. Another very important thing, try to track results. If you can't measure your client's progress, even in a simple way, it helps them see how far they've come. You could do a quick survey at the start and end of each session or ask them to rate their confidence or knowledge. Tracking progress reminds people of their growth, which keeps them motivated. So, how do you track results in your group coaching program? Tracking progress isn't just for you as a coach, it's also for your clients. When people can see how far they've come, it keeps them motivated and reminds them what the program is all about and that the program is actually working for them. One easy way to track progress is with weekly check ins. You could ask your clients to rate their confidence or understanding of the topic on a scale of 1 to 10 at the beginning of each session, and then at the end of each session. This gives them a quick look at how they're improving week by week. Another method is to set up simple action goals. After each session, encourage clients to write down one thing they'll work on or apply before the next meeting. At the start of next week's session, check in with the group and see how they did. It keeps everyone accountable and lets them see small wins building up over time. Finally, you can use a satisfaction survey at the end of the program. Ask something like, would you recommend this program to a friend? Or what was the biggest change you experienced? This gives you valuable feedback on what's working and what you can improve for future groups. This survey that I do for my programs is one of the greatest reasons why I have over 3,000 testimonials for my group programs and certifications in just 4 years. By tracking results, you're helping clients stay connected to their progress. It makes the value of your program clear and builds confidence that they're moving in the right direction. All right, let's talk about how to position your coaching program in one clear line. The single line should tell clients exactly what they're going to get out of the program. It's simple, but it has to be powerful and it has to be specific. Think about it like this. In time frame, so whatever is the time frame of your program, you'll go from starting point to desired outcome. For example, in 8 weeks, you'll go from feeling lost about your finances to having a clear, confident money plan. Or in 3 months, you'll go from struggling with motivation to building consistent daily habits. This one line makes it easy for clients to see the transformation they'll experience. It's clear, it's direct, and gets them excited to join. So when you're creating your program, start by writing that single line that captures the journey and the result. It's a simple step, but it's one of the most powerful ways to attract the right clients. It also makes it really easy for you to design your program. All right, let's go over the key things to remember when running a group coaching program. These tips will help keep your program strong, your clients engaged, and your results impactful. First, make sure there's a clear outcome for everyone in the group. People need to know what they're working towards so they can stay focused and motivated. Keep that outcome in sight throughout the program so clients feel confident about what they're going to achieve. Second, make sure you manage the energy of the group. In any group, there might be someone who feels frustrated and uncertain, which can affect the others. Watch for any low energy moments or conflicts and address them quickly. A positive, energized group will make for a better experience for everyone. Third, remember to track progress and celebrate wins. People often forget how far they've come, so regularly remind them of their achievements, whether it's through weekly check ins, surveys, or quick recaps. Showing them their growth will keep them motivated. It will keep them keep going. Fourth is stay flexible, but have a process. You want a solid structure, but each group has its own energy and needs, so be open to adjusting if something isn't working. Results matter more than sticking rigidly to a plan, so feel free to adapt as needed to help your clients get the best outcomes. Fifth, build accountability within the group. Set up ways for clients to check in with each other or pair up as accountability buddies. Accountability keeps people moving forward, especially in group settings where they can learn from each other. Finally, make an effort to capture the experience. Gather feedback, ask for testimonials, collect stories. Not only does this help you improve the program, but it also lets future clients see the real impact of coaching. Now, you might say, Ajit, that was a lot. Just listening to all this makes me want to vomit and not do group coaching. Which reminds me of one of my favorite quotes. Complexity makes you smart and simplicity makes you money. So here's what I want you to do. Take a blank piece of paper and re-watch this video. But this time, only write down what's important to you. Not my preferences, your preferences. Everything you write must be no more than one single sheet of paper. Everything on that paper is where you start. I've made millions in group programs and you can too. It'll only happen if you start. So start.